Yeah, and I know, I don't think they've decided yet, but I think they're going to have 12 teams in Italy on the women's side, which would be pretty good because the next two or three teams that weren't in Beijing, that would be like Slovakia and France, and I missed somebody, Hungary. They're all very capable teams
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely getting deeper and better, and I'm hopeful that with the advent of the new league, which we all hope goes really well and lasts forever, I'm hopeful that Canada and US will not be able to centralize anymore because it will help level the playing field a little bit. Or if they decide to, maybe like the NHL, when the Olympics roll around, maybe the Women's League decides to take a 6-week break so the national teams can centralize for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then go to the Olympics and then come back into the league. Whatever
Yeah,
happens.
I think they'll have to do something like that to maintain the integrity of professionalism at that level. Like you would think that it would be down to a lot less of a centralized system.
Yeah, they just won't be able to because
no, you wouldn't think so.
All the best players are tied to pro contracts.
Yeah,
but they might allow like for a week or a 10-day sort of centralizing,
right, like the NHL.
Which I think, well, the NHL doesn't. They take a 2-week break, but it doesn't really allow for a training camp. Like a lot of the guys fly straight to the Olympic site from their last NHL game.
Right.
I was thinking it'd be nice if they could build in even a 1-week centralized to allow each nation to have a 1-week camp, get themselves together.
Yeah, you think they would because there is the built-in Four Nations week. There's the built-in, all the rivalry series weeks that the other European countries have their things too. So it's not like they don't work with pro hockey up until now. I mean, that's always been the case, so I would think that there would be, I'm thinking that there'll be like a month centralization versus a full year, but that's just my thought.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll even be able to manage that. But and then it's interesting. Then where and how do the college players fit in? Because there's always a few of the girls still at university that are part of their national programs, particularly the European countries.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe as we go forward, a little bit less and less so with Canada and US, they'll all be playing in the pro league. So that might confer on Canada and US an even bigger advantage where it might be hard to get the girls out of anyway.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what sort of rolls out of it all, for sure.
Yeah, we got to get Carla on, Wally, and have her talk about what her prep period is like here for the new league and how she's feeling about things and how things
I feel like you're not going to get 1 second of their time right now. They just seem like they're so busy doing everything and anything prepping. I almost think you might have more of her time after the training camp than you would have before a training camp.
She's actually in town. I talked to her a week ago. We're going to meet for coffee, and I actually phoned her. I'm clicking on participants, and I called her during the conversation, wondering if she would be available to chime in. And actually, that's what I've done today. I've just relied on people coming on, and Tim was on. It led to one thing. Dom was the first one to answer, and it ends up being a pretty good session because the topics take on a life of their own. Carla had mentioned she's still working with the U of C, with practices, with the assistant coach who's going to be the head coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Gina said she's not moving to Toronto.
Really?
Yeah, that they're okay with it this year being, because it's such a shortened season, they're okay with them sort of.
Yeah.
Is she coaching in Ottawa?
Yeah, Carla is.
Okay.
Did she tell you who she hired as her assistants?
Do tell.
No, I don't know who no, she hasn't on the professional team at all. I haven't heard anything.
So on the down low only because it hasn't been publicized on social media, but Haley Irwin is going to be her assistant.
Oh, nice.
I thought was a really great choice.
Yeah,
She was my assistant.
yeah.
Haley Irwin was?
Well, I took over this midget girls team with about 2 months left, and Haley helped me, and Jessica Wong.
Oh yeah, both. I met Jessica for the first time at Megan Bozak's wedding, but yeah, both amazing people.
Jess was a great player, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Well, I know kind of how she missed out on hockey camp because she was a little bit risky as a defenseman. But you know, I've told the story before, but Sammy. But one of the years I was coaching the Inferno. Well, it was the year we made the playoffs and finally got to go to the Carlton Cup. But our power play was literally 6 or 7% in the first half of the year. And Jess was hurt and she was trying to get back to playing. She came back and played the second half of the year. Our power play was 37% the second half of the year. And she's the reason.
Well, I saw her at Bozak's wedding, and she had a newborn, like a very fresh newborn. And then I saw that she played for China in the D1 championships and helped them out. I mean, I bet you her baby was probably 4 or 5 months old, like really young. And I can imagine, though, the impact she probably had. And China won. And so China's going to be playing at the top level now again, which is amazing.
Yeah, they've been fighting for that for.
But I know, talking to Jess at the wedding, she was hemming and hawing whether she wanted to go back. But I guess now she's in. She was a good player, man. I mean, she was so good. But yeah, I thought Haley Irwin was a great choice because she's been under Lisa Haley now for 5 or 6 years at TMU. Is that right? At Ryerson?
Yeah, I think maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she was a very good player.
Anyways, if you can get Carla on, that would be great. But she's probably, I didn't realize that she was still in Calgary. You have to ask her if she's moving to Ottawa. You would think she would have to be there full time if she's going to be on the ice.
When do their training camps start, Sammy? Do you know?
So in theory, it's supposed to be the second week or the first week in November, which is only 3 weeks from now.
Oh,
but
really?
The players still don't really have dates. There isn't really locations necessarily picked yet and stuff. So, I think one thing has to happen before the next. But I'm assuming 3 weeks away. That's kind of.
The league doesn't start till January, does it?
No, but they got to pick the team November, and then people have to know to move there or not move there. So then you have December to prepare. Like, that only gives you 1 month really to prep, right? And then you start. Like, I think it starts right away after January 1st.
Yeah, I assume they drafted their people, they signed their people, and they basically had their team, and they wouldn't need, or maybe just have a little weekend tryout for, maybe to fill some holes or something.
So it depends on the team. Like, some teams have signed their draft picks and have signed some extra free agents to contracts. Other teams have signed nobody and want to see everybody at the camp. I think a lot of the GMs and coaches, have never seen these players before, so they want to know that they're getting the best. And every team had to take 28 to the camp, and you have to take 23. So it does give you some wiggle room. I don't know which way I would do it. For players' sake, it's nice to have a contract going into camp, obviously, but for coach's sake, it's probably easier to not. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wally, that girl, who's a goalie consultant for Girls Hockey Calgary, the French name?
Boissonneau, Boss. Marlene
Yeah, she was going to some sort of camp. Like
yeah, she got. I feel like I don't know if she's going to New York, or she'd be a good third goalie on one of the teams for sure.
Yeah, because my old goalie is going to take over for her while she's at this camp.
Yeah, I think it's Howie Draper that's in New York. So I think it was Howie might have taken her. But there's a plethora of goalies. That's a tough position. with only really, 12 starting spots, and then you have an additional 6 as a third goalie. So 18 spots. And I think there was something like 30 in the draft. So it's a lot of elite goalies.
I missed that Howie went to New York. Good for him.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice change for him.
Yeah, during his press conference, he said, Saskatchewan boy in New York City is going to be exciting.
And who took his job at U of A? I'm interested to know.
Yeah, I don't know any of those. Even Gina is over in Portugal with the IIHF right now. So I'm assuming that it takes time for, Hockey Canada to fill her role. Probably takes time for U of A to probably fill his role.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the assistants just steps up for the year or something.
Any interest in that job, Sammy?
Thank you.
It'll be quite different now because there won't really be a centralization. Like I don't think it'll be quite a different role than Mel or Gina.
Yeah, it would be a different role, and you would have like Troy is on for 3 more years, right? So he now is going to be seeing his players on a weekly basis. So I would think too he would be able to have more of a say in, scouting and everything too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be interesting.
Okay, so the new acting head coach is Darren Belachuk. I don't know him. Tom, do you or Wally know him?
I don't know him.
I don't know any of the coaches, or other than, they got 4 assistants listed, and Kennedy Ganser is one. She was a pretty good player when she played. But anyway, who cares about U of A anyway? They're all bastards. Hey, Tom, do you want to go to the Dino game tonight? I have a ticket.
I've got to practice.
Okay. Sammy, do you want to
I could
I would love to go
after.
I got time.
Early practice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing the last couple of periods.
Yeah. I could maybe leave it with your name on it at the box office if you might get there halfway or something.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I've got this team I'm coaching, the game playing. It came up after I looked. It's played on my computer right now. I've never had a female team pass a puck like this in my life. All the college and everything. Like they're amazing.
What team was it?
It's just a Bantam girls, a 13, 14-year-old girl team.
Oh, is this the team that you've been practicing though with the amount of puck passes that you count?
Yeah. But
that probably makes all the difference.
Well, it does. And we play all these games like you have to make at least 1 pass in each zone, and then we played a 2-second game the other day. It was botch goal sometimes, but they're like, it's better than any college team I coach.
Is Cassie's daughter on the team?
No, she's an affiliate.
Oh, she's an affiliate. Because she only started playing late, right?
Yeah.
She started at like age 10 or something?
Yeah. She just got excited about hockey. Now she wants to be able to make this level.
Okay.
So she's starting to train and do, because she did nothing really extra. She scored a lot of goals for us. I called her Luch. She just run over top of people, just going hard to the net, eh? And these boys would be flopping around on the ice. We played in the boys league last year, and she's practiced with us. Like I'll get one forward because you only get 17 in the minors. So whoever thought of that numbers, so 11 forward. So I get her to be the other forward, and I get 2D that used to play, so that we can do, have 8D
even size.
It makes so many more things in practice possible. And
so is Cass still then coaching with you?
No, I don't know if they just got we've had our team for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and they just got their teams named last weekend. So I don't even know if I can get them all. If they're all in different teams, they may be all, practice. And
the time just might not work out. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we practice tonight, and I'm not, I don't have any of them coming. But her daughter just got really excited about hockey. I don't think she really liked it last year. So Cassie's pretty excited that her daughter now,
Our daughter told us
daughter's
she didn't want to play hockey anymore. So, which really hurt me as a coach. Like I really loved coaching at that like U9 level. Was really a lot of fun. But we told her she had to replace it with something else. So she has picked rock climbing. So she's joined a rock climbing gym and she's super into it. And it's the first thing that we've seen her go to the front of the line. Like in hockey, she would always just kind of gravitate to the back of the line again, being up before her turn and just keep going to the back of the line. And yeah, to see that is exciting. But it does mean that, you know, I'm not in the rink as much, which is a little bit sad, but
It's all about passion.
exactly. It's all about your kid finding their thing, right?
Exactly. Not yours, Sammy.
No, exactly. And, you know, intrinsically, you know that, but it doesn't take away the fact that you really want just maybe one more year, just maybe. But no, she did it for
Sometimes
3
they
years.
come
She gave
back,
it a
those
go,
Sammy.
and it's just not her thing.
Sometime they come back, maybe a bunch of her friends will play and say, why don't you play with us?
Yeah. I
Because
told her
all of
she
this-
still has to go public skating with me. And so she was in for that. So.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But anyways, so yeah, it means that no more Toronto Six hockey and no more Squishmallows hockey. And so I've told all my friends, if you guys need any help at any point, any goaltending help, I'm more than free to come and help. So
You can be the Leslie Redden of Toronto. You can be the rent-a-goalie for all the men's leagues in Toronto.
So I've
Yeah.
already joined 4 women's rec teams. And I play 4 nights a week now. So
Oh, wow. There you
actually,
go.
2 of them are during the days, which is amazing. You can play during the day when your kids are at school. And then 2 are in the evenings. And the one I just went to on Tuesday night was a bunch of women my age that had played CWHL and like Martine Garland and Michelle Bonello. I don't know if you remember all those names, but yeah, it was amazing to see all these. It was like a reunion again. I was like, this is exactly what hockey should be. You know, the
Yeah.
joy it brings me when I go on the ice and play. But goalie is tough because you have to be consistent. Like you have to be there all the time. And as a professional speaker, I travel a lot. So I can't be Leslie. I can't be
Yeah.
doing 7 games a week like Leslie.
And speaking of Lester, bless her heart, I emailed her on the weekend, and like Barb and I are going down to our place in Phoenix on November 7th, and I learned that, hey, Canada, US are playing in Tempe on November 8th.
Oh, right. Yes.
So I emailed Les and said, hey, Les, you know, no problem if you can't, but if we can scare up 4 tickets, it'd be great, because I'm going to go with, I don't know if you know the name Steve Baker, Sammy. I played with him. He played with the Rangers a little bit, so I played with him for a couple of years. My first couple of years, American League and in New York. And he's a guy, I might have talked to you before. He's the guy that's involved with the 3-ice league.
Oh, the 3-on-3, the ice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, he lives down there, so he and his wife.
Did Jana ever get back to him?
I don't think she basically got back to me, and you know, I couldn't get anybody interested, like not Gina, I tried Pooh, I tried the Lamoureux on the US side just to talk to him, because
Yeah.
I thought that the timing was perfect for them. They're trying to put this new league together, and if they were interested in being able to play, because it's a summer league, right? It's like
Yeah.
basically July and August. If they were interested in being able to play and make, you know, some extra money in the summertime, that they could write it into their collective bargaining agreement that, you know, we have the option if we'd like to play in the 3-ice league that they're hoping to form with the women. But I couldn't get anybody even interested to talk to
Yeah, in
them.
Montreal, they have something like that, the Sisu League, sort of, that it seems like a lot of the players go and play in, like all the Montreal players, but even like Jesse Eldridge and those guys went out and played in it. So I wonder if maybe, I don't know if they make money in that league or not, but
Well,
but I was thinking the 3-on-3 ice could be a great place for a lot of these extras that will not be getting spots.
yeah,
And there's going to
well,
be a
but
lot of elite players left over.
they're trying to go big time. They need to have the best players playing if they want to on the female side. I think you know there's that the depth on the men's side is good enough. Like there, I watched a little bit. It was on TSN last week, like replay of the men's league, and you know it's good hockey. It's you know it's college.
Yeah, but they certainly don't have the best over there of the
No,
men.
no, but it's still good hockey, and you know you would probably need or want the best female players. But they play, you know, it's like $1 million winner take all, 7 on a team, winner take all tournament at the end. Like they make you know the winning team they can make 150 grand for like.
Yeah, I'm surprised that nobody even entertained the conversation.
Yeah. I don't think they even have any information. I know Jana. I think Jana has talked to Steve and/or Craig Patrick's involved as well. I think they've had some conversations, but anyway, just interesting.
Yeah. Anyways.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I better run here, ladies and gents. I gotta